Had to do some working on that machine over there. Well, it's good to see you again, my fellow space cadets. As you probably remember last time, we discussed the moon and all of its features, but now we're really starting to shake things up. We're going past our planet's true boundaries, and we are going out into the far reaches of the solar system. So, with that being said, computer, take us to the planet Mercury. It's really quite an amazing instrument, I must say. You'll have to excuse the noises right now. You know, when you're traveling at the speed of light, it really takes a toll on your ship. But anyhow, let's see what I've got. I've got some new data for us today. On Mercury. Now, many of you know that Mercury is the closest planet to the solar system, and you'd be right. Named after the Roman messenger god, Mercury, of course. Mercury is about 36 million miles from the sun. Now, that might seem like a long distance, but believe me, when we get into Mercury in just a second, it will not be a long distance. Now, being it that Mercury is so close to the sun, it has no atmosphere and no moon. Because if you think about how large the sun is, it has a lot of gravity. And because it has a lot of gravity, Mercury is not able to hold its own moon, nor hold its own gases to make up its own atmosphere. So really, Mercury is just a big rock, you know, going around the sun, of course. Now this big rock that we call Mercury is about 3,000 miles in diameter. And now because of this, it's very small when compared to other planets. As a matter of fact, 3,000 miles, that's about 40% of Earth's own diameter. To give you a sort of comparison, so to say. Now, because Mercury is so close to the sun, its amount of time, its days and years are affected by it. Now, for instance, its revolution, meaning its year, the time that revolves around the sun, it is only 88 Earth days. Can you think about that? One Mercury year is 88 Earth days. Now that's something else, isn't it? It's even strangely, or more strange, or I'm not an English person, believe me. One Mercury day is actually equal to 58 Earth days, meaning that a Mercury year only consists of 1.5 Mercury days. And this is because, of course, the rotation of Mercury is very slow. You know, that's pretty much self-explanatory there. Now, also, why Mercury is closest to the sun, it also relates to how hot Mercury gets. And if you look down here, in the daytime, Mercury can get up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. That's unbelievable. But at nighttime, it gets even more crazy, because you're at 800 degrees in the day, it gets about 1,000 degrees lower in the nighttime. It's down to negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the weather on these planets. Now, despite all these extremes and there being no atmosphere, a scientist actually figured out that if a person were to land on Mercury, the place where he landed at was experiencing twilight on Mercury, you know, when the sun is just above the horizon. You can see the sun in the distance. That's when there is a transition in the temperature. And because of that transitioning period, they say that a person can survive 2 minutes, count them, 2 minutes on the planet's surface if they hold their breath. Now, of course, you can be smart enough to bring a spacesuit, and it can extend that period just a bit longer. But don't stay too long, because the extreme temperatures of the sun can easily burn your suit. And we don't want that now, do we? No, I don't think we do. Now, although Mercury is a little bit of a small planet, it's actually quite dense. Because of, you know, the forces it experiences, the forces of the gravitational pull of the sun, it is a very dense planet because it needs that extra strength to withstand all those forces. And because of that, it has a huge inner core. It's made of liquid nickel and iron and all sorts of strong metal materials. Now, on the outside of Mercury, it's really not that impressive. Like with the moon we talked about earlier, you can see all of these craters around Mercury because it has no protective atmosphere, so it can easily be hit by meteors that manage to get close enough to the sun, and they don't hit the sun, but they do hit Mercury. So it's full of these clusters of craters. And you can also see, if you look up on the internet, you can see these lines, these valleys. These valleys are actually the products from which Mercury has cooled over the years, that its surface has cooled over the years from the sun's heat. And strangely enough, other than a few other facts and pieces of information you can find, this is all we know about the planet Mercury. You see, because of the sun's huge gravitational pull, most satellites that we send over there end up just heading straight for the sun. It's unbelievable. I mean, we do have a few satellites that manage to get a close-up on Mercury, but for the most part, they just go straight towards the sun. And because of that, we just don't know much about the surface of Mercury. Oh well, who knows? Maybe you can be the person that learns more about Mercury and shares it with the world around you. Woo! Mercury, what a planet, yes? I'll tell you one thing. All that talk about Mercury has surely gotten my stomach rumbling. Can you hear it? Can you hear my stomach rumbling? I don't think you can. But anyhow, I know a person who can help us very well. Oh, Jambot Bear, have you got a snack for us again?
Right you are, my human friend. Hello once again, everybody. Today, using the schematics I collected from Mercury, I'm going to teach you a recipe I like to call Mercury Rocks. Make sure you have a parental unit with you for this one. To make Mercury Rocks, you need, let's see here, 3 medium-sliced bananas, 2 teaspoons of shortening or butter, 1 cup of the dark chocolate chips, and toothpicks. Now, slice up the bananas into 6 slices per banana. Stick toothpicks into each slice and freeze them for 1 full hour. Then, melt the chocolate chips and the shortening in the microwave for at least 60 seconds. Dip the banana pieces in the mixture, then let them sit in a freezer for about 30 minutes. That's all you need to do for this delicious Mercurian treat. Back to you, Dr. Cortex.
Thank you, Jambot. I hope those Mercury rocks will be delicious. I can smell them from here. Well, I think it's that time again, everybody. The next time you tune in, we will discuss... Oh, no! Duh! I forgot again! I really need to get my memory checked. I'll just have to ask the computer. Again. Excuse me. My word. Alright. Computer! What are we going to talk about next time? Let's see. It's another piece of paper. Of course. Of course. I mean, why? How could I forget? Next time, my fellow space cadets, we will discuss the planet Venus. Quite a hot planet, in fact. You'll learn about that later. Hotter than Mercury, quite frankly. Well, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed this broadcast. I know I have. And I suppose I shall see you Oh, wait. Oh, dear. I think I forgot something else. You'll have to forgive me. So, from here on out, I am thinking about introducing a question of the day. Now, listen closely. This involves you. Now, if you look down below in the comments section, you can display a sort of comment, yes? There, you can think about any sort of question related to space that you can think of, that you have on your mind, and you can post it down there. Now, as soon as you post it, I will look at it, and if you're lucky enough, your question might be answered on the next broadcast. Yes? I think that's an exciting activity, isn't it? Well, I think that about wraps it up. Now, I shall see you next time. Remember, do your salutes. Are you ready? You got your saluting hands or arms and bodies up, yes? Good. In 3, 2, 1.